In the heart of Bolivia, there lies a treacherous and legendary road that has earned the chilling nickname Death Road. Stretching from the capital city of La Paz to the town of Coroico, this winding path carved into the Andes Mountains has a haunting history of accidents and fatalities. For decades, it has been both a major transportation route and an irresistible challenge for thrill seekers. This story scene takes us on an unforgettable journey, exploring the captivating allure and inherent dangers of Bolivia's Death Road. The scene begins by delving into the origins of Death Road and its haunting reputation. Originally constructed in the 1930s by Paraguayan prisoners of war, the road was intended as a vital trade route between La Paz and the Yungas region. As the road's construction advanced, so did its infamy due to its narrow, precipitous lanes, extreme elevation changes, and precarious weather conditions. Over the years, countless tragic accidents occurred, leading to its infamous name. The focus then shifts to the present day, where Death Road has gained global notoriety as an adrenaline junkie's dream. Mountain bikers from around the world flock to Bolivia, seeking the ultimate downhill cycling experience. This story introduces us to a group of adventure enthusiasts preparing to embark on this hair-raising journey. We witness the excitement and nervous anticipation in their eyes as they gear up for the ride of a lifetime. As the thrill seekers begin their descent, our eyes captures the breathtaking beauty of the Andes and the surreal landscape that surrounds Death Road. The riders expertly navigate treacherous turns, waterfalls cascading beside them, and sheer drops to the valley floor below. The narration provides insight into the cyclists' emotions, their strategies for tackling the challenging terrain, and the ever-present risk that hovers in the air. Bolivia's Death Road, also known as El Camino de la Muerte in Spanish, is an infamous mountainous route that connects the bustling city of La Paz to the picturesque town of Coroico in the Yungas region. This treacherous road stretches approximately 43 miles, 69 kilometers, and winds its way through the Andes Mountains, offering breathtaking views of the surrounding landscape. However, its scenic charm is overshadowed by its haunting history of accidents and fatalities. The road is 36.4 kilometers, 22.61 miles long. It was the fundamental road from La Paz to Coroico. In all honesty, it's in fact not considered the world's most hazardous road any longer, because of the developments of another throughway route in AC 3 nearby, which coordinates most traffic away from its way. The dainty street gets over wilderness-clad mountains to a level of 3.151 meters, 10,337 feet over the ocean level, winding and turning meanwhile with nauseatingly profound ravines beneath. In the event that you get mixed up, make certain to stay away from this street no matter what. This street was incredible for its outrageous risk. It's assessed that 200 to 300 individuals going on it kicked the bucket every year. Many vehicles went off the street every year, and with vertical drops of up to 1,000 meters past the brink, yearly fatalities ventured into the hundreds. The street that associates the Amazon rainforest area of northern Bolivia, or Yungas, to its capital city, incorporates shocking crosses, checking a considerable lot of the places where vehicles have fallen. Probably the main mishaps occurred on the 24th of July 1983, when a transport drifted away from Lyonga Street and into a gorge, killing in excess of 100 travelers in what is supposed to be Bolivia's most terrible street mishap. And in December 1999, after 8 Israeli explorers were killed in a jeep mishap on that street. In light of the proportion of death per mile, on a normal, 26 vehicles plunge past the brink every year, guaranteeing in excess of 100 lives. The assessment is that 200 to 300 explorers were killed yearly along the street. With these numbers, in 1995, the Entomb American Improvement Bank dedicated this parkway the most risky street on the planet. It's not hard to see the reason why the street was so risky. It's scarcely the width of one vehicle, with no guardrail to shield you from falls of up to 2,000 feet. Downpour can make the street sloppy and tricky, and downpour or haze can decrease a driver to feeling blindfolded. The generally excellent news about this back road is that you don't need to take it. Thinking back to the 90s before another option, a more secure street was constructed. It was distinguished as the most very hazardous street on the planet. What's more, similarly as an update that you're not continuing any customary excursion, a few drivers ask before they start their course. The street is particularly risky in light of the fact that it's just 3 meters wide and was explored by trucks and transports, on the grounds that its steady sheer drops of no less than 600 meters, with next to no hindrances or watchman rails. The outrageous residue mists from vehicles in the late spring and haze lasting through the year frequently decrease perceivability to very nearly zero, and the haze and the downpour in the cold weather months that frequently washes away pieces of the street diminishes perceivability, as well as causing landslides and the relaxing of rocks from the slopes above without monitor rails. The greater part of the street is no more extensive than 3.2 meters, 10 feet. The surface is much of the time sloppy, with released rocks from the street and downpour. Haze and residue can lessen perceivability. To exacerbate the situation, the street is many times wrapped in cloud, and in places cascades crash down onto its surface. Drivers will probably experience gatherings of cyclists during the slippery excursion. Visit administrators lead rides along the street, promoting the experience as a limit sports challenge. The street was worked during the 1930s during the Chaco Battle by Paraguayan detainees, and it was modernized during 20 years, finishing in 2006. Toward the finish of 2006, following 20 years of development, another street to bypass from La Paz to Coroico was opened to public. This new course includes current development spans, seepage, and so forth, numerous paths, asphalt, guardrails and numerous different components that make it significantly more secure than the first course. Thus, the first North Younger Street is presently substantially less utilized by traffic, albeit a rising number of experienced explorers bicycle it for the rushes. Today, the moniker is generally publicity. The traffic on the most risky segment of the street has enormously diminished thanks to a modernization project finished in 2006 that totally skirted it. The new street was extended to 2 paths, cleared, and guardrails and powerful seepage were added. Such a horrendous name of the street showed up as of lately back in 1999. This year was recollected because of a significant mishap when 8 travelers from Israel kicked the bucket out and about. In spite of the fact that there were mishaps substantially more horrible than this. For instance, in 1983, the transport fell into the ravine. In excess of 100 travelers were there. In excess of 25,000 sightseers, generally cyclists, have visited this spot since the 90s. Frantic cyclists frequently come here to build the degree of adrenaline in the blood. In any case, the occupants of Bolivia are having some good times like this regularly, on the grounds that the Demise Street is the best way to go between the northern and southern pieces of the country, assuming you choose to visit Bolivia and visit this street.